It requires you to know this, okay? So you just imagine walking around your house. So please don't say, what's preventative maintenance? Make sure the grass is short, like cut short. That is not something that actually impacts your house. Sure, you can make an argument that it affects the value of your home. Did you know that if you don't cut your grass, that the city comes and cuts it? There's a bylaw. If you let it grow too tall, the city can come and cut it and they'll charge you for it. You'll get a hefty bill for it. They don't want the neighborhood to look kind of run down, so they want everybody's property, because everybody's property collectively gives value to the neighborhood, right? So they can do that if they wanted to, okay? But anyways, that's an aside, yes? Yeah, even if you own the house, if it's too long, like you got to look it up online, but the city there's a bylaw, and have you ever seen a bylaw officer vehicle driving around the city? Maybe after today you will. It says bylaw officer. So they enforce those weird rules that you know nothing about. For example, there's something called a derelict building. So let's say you have a big shed in the back and you never use it and it looks abandoned. They can come and board it up. Because otherwise you're kind of like, it's an opportunity for mischief to happen. Like people can come and hide in there or do stuff at night or whatever. So derelict buildings are also a no-no. They board it up on you if nobody lives in it. So my neighbor actually had like a big shed in the back. He was never using it, and it looked almost like a little house. That's a huge shed, right? And somebody phoned it in and says, there's a derelict building in our back lane. And so they came and almost boarded it up, but he had to say, hey, that's my shed, I'm using it, right? And so that's something to keep in mind. So there's bylaws, and they are enforced by bylaw officers if somebody calls it in, okay? Let's go back to preventative maintenance, okay? So there's a couple of things you can do around the house, making sure that this downspout, some people call them gutters. Like gutters is like all the system around your house that collects the water and like make sure it goes away from your home. So that would be something to make sure. 4 to 6 feet is a good way to do it. You gotta make sure there's proper grading away from the home. So you want the soil to slope away from the home. And one good way to do it is if you take a 10-foot board, put it right against your house, and put a level on it. Once the bubble on the level is center, you hold it and you measure the distance from the ground at 10 feet. It should be at least 6 inches. Like that little gap between the soil and your board should be 6 inches, and then you're good. That's a good slope for it to slope away from your home, okay? There shouldn't be anything caving in. Like if you notice that the soil is caving in around your house, make sure you fill that up with soil, obviously, okay? So that's preventative maintenance. We talked about the roof, right? After a storm, you should always inspect your roof. Nobody really thinks about it that much. I was on my roof, I noticed this, after a windy storm, one of them had like flipped open and broken. If I had left it unnoticed, that could have resulted in water going into my attic. Guess what? You're not gonna notice this until way like years after. You're gonna go into your attic and it's like mold everywhere. Mold is bad, right? Like it's really bad. You don't want that in your house. It destroys your house, it destroys the value of your home. Water, you want to keep it out of the home. If you see another way to say preventative maintenance is just to make sure you check roof, inspect, I should say. Check roof, inspect roof regularly. So when it comes to maintenance, that could be it, just inspecting it or hiring someone to inspect it. If you're not comfortable, hire someone. As soon as you have the curling up effect of the shingles, you should stop you should actually look into replacing it. How do you go about getting your roof redone? You Google it, you Google roofing companies, and you look at their ratings. You call 3 companies. I would call at least 3. And they have a person that comes out and they give you a quote, okay? They're like, they have samples. They open up their truck and they're like, which color do you want? What quality do you want? And they'll give you like 5 different prices, like low, mid, high, right? And then you're like, okay, got it. Call another company. Ask about their warranty, right? You don't want the cheapest necessarily. You want a good, reliable source, right? So when they did my roof, I noticed when I went up there, this was years after, something wasn't right. Like it wasn't quite like that, but I could see nails. I emailed them. They sent a guy within a day. He was on my roof. They don't even tell you. They just step on your roof and he fixed it. He patched it up. It's all good now. So it's a good company, reliable. They've been around for a long time. You get it done. Costs a lot of money. You got to get a loan, most likely. Or you tap into your HEL. You know what that is? Home equity line of credit. Okay. Anyways, they basically use the equity in your house. They give you money here. Go get your roof done, and it's not as big of a hit because you can pay it over a long time. Next, when it comes to the roof, check your attic for proper insulation and signs of leak. Okay, you want to inspect your attic. The attic is between this is the ceiling, and then there's space between the ceiling and the actual roof. That is the attic, okay? And there should be insulation in there. Do not step on it. If you step on this, you're crushing that insulation. You want it to be all fluffy, okay? It should be up to your knees. So you grab a wooden stick, measure it, and then that should be 3-4 feet of insulation up on your roof. If not, you should probably upgrade it. Keep going. Another preventative maintenance item would be cleaning your eaves troughs, your gutters, okay, to avoid what we call ice dams. This happens in the spring a lot, early spring. If the gutters are dirty, they're going to be full of leaves and whatnot. The water that's in there is going to freeze up, and then more water is going to come on top of it, and it's just going to, like ice jamming is going to happen there. That is very dangerous because water, what happens to this ice here? That stays, and then more water is going to melt during the day, is going to creep up under that ice, can't go anywhere. It's going to actually start seeping into your attic. It's actually going to just stay there, and it's going to get into your attic, under the shingles and into your attic. You do not want that. So clean your gutters, clean your eaves troughs regularly. Here are some examples. I actually took these on my way home one of these days from Sisler. These are actual pictures of houses that I saw, and I'm like, wow, that is definitely not clean. Those gutters are probably filthy, right? Because the water can't run anywhere if they're filthy. So you got to go up there every fall, a couple of times. You got to clean those, okay? Even if you think you cleaned them, more leaves will fall and it's just dirty, okay? Another thing you can do is, this is called a roof rake. Right? Clear snow along the edge. Have you ever seen this one? It's like a long pole, and you just basically just like hack into the snow and just pull it down. Just pull down like a foot or two so that the snow closest to the edge can melt right away. And then you clear it. It just cleans it. So that's another thing you can do. It's work, but it's nothing compared to the damage that water can cause to your home, okay? Keep going. So we talked about roof. We talked about around the foundation. And mainly it deals with making sure water stays away from your house. Another one, It's called the HVAC. HVAC system, every house, I shouldn't say every house, some houses are still heated with radiators. It's like hot water that is being pumped through metal pipes. I don't know, anybody still have those in their home? It's pretty cool actually. You'll hear it click at night when the hot water gets pumped into it. It's like click, 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 click. It's heating up. So some houses do not have an actual fan that blows air through the house. They just have that, what is it called? Radiator kind of heating system. So that is also still happening, but a lot of houses have HVAC, right? So heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. This is a big disclaimer here, because I can actually get in trouble if I tell you, hey, you can just clean it. Make sure you always turn off the power before you do anything to your furnace. There is a power button, a power switch, or a breaker switch to turn the whole thing off. What can you do in terms of preventative maintenance? Because it's like the heart of it's the lungs of your house, I would say. Okay. One thing you can do easy, every 3 months you replace the filters, right? Every furnace has a slot somewhere where the filter goes in. It looks like this. I'm sure anybody ever seen a filter around the house? If you have one of these, you know what I'm talking about. Every 3 months, you know what? Do it every 2 months. It's even better. Because if you clog this up, your furnace is going to work way harder, right? It's just like, imagine you blowing air and then just putting like cloth in front of it. It's harder to get air through, right? So you want to clean this. You want to replace them every 2 to 3 months, okay? Especially after renovations, guys. If you do any demolishing anything, change them like right away, like a couple of times. I would change them like 2 times a month for the first month, because there's so much debris in the air, it'll clog up in no time. Also, HVAC should be inspected on a regular basis. Spring is the best time to do it because they're not busy. In the spring, the HVAC guys are bored. Okay, they're like, I have nothing to do, because people aren't calling as much. Winter is almost over, and nobody's using the air conditioner yet, so they're kind of bored. They'll give you deals to come and inspect it. That's another preventative maintenance item. This is huge. This is huge, and a lot of people don't know about it. Clean the dirt and debris from the AC unit. Your AC units get clogged up.
Excuse the interruption. Car license.
Okay. One thing you need to know, how does air conditioning work, guys? Simple. Air gets sucked in through these coils, and then it comes back up the top. That's literally what's happening. The fan is inhaling through the side and then blowing it up. So these coils around do the magic. The coils around it do the magic. And they are filthy. It's like a blanket of filth is around them every spring. Okay? So you want to clean that. It's a bit of work. YouTube it, open it up, and then you make sure that you spray water gently. Don't go pressure washer style, from inside out, so that all that debris that's stuck in between those fins is cleaned up. I lost you already, right? Like, I don't do this. I let my parents do it. Trust me. Your air conditioner is gonna work so much better once you clean it. You'll notice it. Okay? You'll notice it. This unit is inside your furnace, where the main stack goes up. And this one, a lot of people don't know they need to clean it either. So I call this clean and inspect the evaporation coil. I'm going to tell you this. You pick what you want to have on your study sheet. You don't need the pictures, obviously. You just put down clean and inspect the evaporation coil. That would be one way to do preventative maintenance around the home, okay? Okay, let's move on to, this is like air conditioner, furnace. So what can we do for the furnace? If I ever ask you preventative maintenance for the furnace, you can say clean your air filters, change them regularly. You can say inspect it regularly. You can say clean the evaporation coil. That's more air conditioner, right? Or make sure you clean the outside AC unit on a regular basis. Let's talk hot water tank. Your hot water tank, you need to perform regular checks around the bottom of the tank. Most leaks occur due to rusty bottoms. Okay? So the water, the corrosion starts building up around the bottom. So you want to make sure. One preventative maintenance item that I can think of is installing a catch basin or a pan. So it looks like this. Can you tell what's happening there? It's basically like a metal tray with a little hose that goes to the drain. So if this thing ever leaks, the tray is going to catch it and it's going to just drain into because if you don't have this, I know people that came home and they went into the basement, they went the whole basement, 3 inches of water. You need to rip out all the carpet. You need to cut out the drywall along the whole basement on the floor. You need to cut out either the whole drywall or some of it. You need to replace all the baseboards. Everything is wet, guys. Everything is going to get moldy if you don't rip it out. So this little feature can make or break your budget, right? I think it costs like $80 at Home Depot. How do you do this? How do you install it? You drain the water, turn off the power. You drain the water from your hot water tank. You got to drain it, otherwise it's super heavy. Once it's drained, you get someone to lift it for you, and someone else slides it under, and you're done. Or hire someone to do it. That's even probably safer. Okay. Phew. I think I'm going to stop there. That's it for prevention.